Well, the
right?
U.S.
So I mean,
still imports. The U.S. is importing about 8.5 million barrels of either oil or oil product.
yeah,
Gasoline, petrol, diesel, and so on, per day. So they're not oil independent per
no,
se,
no.
and they can't process a lot of their light sweet crude that they have because the refineries in the South aren't set up for that.
Yeah, but what the U.S. can do and what the Trump administration can do is that they can make it so that whatever oil is on the market in that sea is directed towards the United States, or if they're about to export oil, say to the European Union, that that oil doesn't go. So I mean, they have mechanisms where their vassals can take the hit before it gets to them.
Hmm.
Like a country like China, for example, doesn't have they don't have these vassals around
Right,
them
right.
that are willing to just take the sword
Yeah,
for the master, right? I mean, the Europeans are willing to do that. They have no problem letting their economies implode in order to protect the empire. So I
it's
mean,
incredible to watch.
that's an advantage that they have,
Oh,
and they
yes,
use it
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Throw who's the next one to jump under the bus? We won't throw you,
yeah,
but you'll jump.
yeah. I
That's
mean, look, that's what vassals are for. If that's what they're for, you're going to use them in that way. I
yeah,
mean, you got to protect the core.
yeah. You remember Conan the Barbarian, the movie?
Yeah.
Tulsa Doom. He's like, what's the strength of steel? Flesh is the strength. He calls that
Yeah.
one girl to jump off of the cliff.
Yeah.
That kind of gives you that feeling.
Look, the EU does the same thing to the member states, right? In order to protect the Brussels core,
Hmm.
the member states have to take the hit. Whatever comes first to the member states and first to the smaller ones, then to the medium ones and the larger ones, but you always got to protect the core, protect the center. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta love it if you're the vassal that's about to be sacrificed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it
But
goes. Just ask the pigs once upon a time. Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain,
yeah,
Ireland. Not Italy, Ireland, Greece, Spain.
Ireland,
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Though Italy could volunteer for that position plenty
Yeah.
of times.
But ask the pigs about, taking the sword for the center, for the core. I mean, Greece, we took the sword for Germany.
Yeah, yeah,
Germany
you
told us,
did.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You're going to
Cyprus,
move
Cyprus was a
yeah,
big
you're going
deal.
to move your debt, which was on the German banks. You're going to move it to the people. And the
Yep.
Greeks said, okay, if that's what you tell us to do. We didn't have to do it.
No,
You don't
no,
do such a thing, but we did it.
yeah, you remember the communist government in Greece? Oh, it didn't last too long, but they left Greece with even a worse deal than they had when they came into it. The referendum, people said no, and they were in shock.
Yeah. Yeah. Much worse deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so much for the people, the people of or the power for the people. You know, yeah, I remember that well.
No. No, there's the people and there's the class above. 5, 10, twenty
The
thousand
people.
people. I don't know, 30,000 people around the world. I don't know how big this group is. Somewhere around there.
There's
That's
the
why I say
peasants, and
whenever
then
they
there's
talk
the people.
about, yeah, whenever they talk about our democracy, like they always say our democracy.
Yes, they do. They
They
do.
mean it, but they mean it. But they're saying our democracy, not your democracy. This is the part that is, I mean, they're being honest. They're not lying. When they give a speech and they say our democracy, yeah, mine, my buddies, my other buddies, my other friend, the person whose desk is across from mine, not you guys. You guys
Yeah,
have no democracy.
there was a political cartoon I read, I saw once. So this crowd is standing in front of a stage, and the politician on the stage is, "We're all here to vote about executing John." And John's standing there like, "What?" Like, okay, everybody in favor of hanging John, raise your hand. Everybody raises their hand. Everybody against hanging John, raise your hand. John raises his hand. And the final scene, John's
Uh,
hanging on a tree.
or,
Like, in some countries, they don't even let you vote.
true. Poor John.
There's our democracy at work for you. Yeah, it's scary. What do you think? Well, I mean, the U.S. has now gotten the Kurds, which is a whole different case of insanity. The Kurds in Iraq, the ones that are from Iran, they've been forced out to go ahead and attack, go in. Which I find insane considering, what 6 months ago, the U.S. backstabbed the Kurds. The Syrian Kurds have been serving them for a decade, if not longer, and just gave them up. There you go, Erdogan, Al-Jilani, have at it, and they massacred them. Next country over, the next group of Kurds seem to be ready to die for Uncle Sam, and off you go to Iran.
There's always someone. They'll always find someone. They'll
It,
they'll always find someone. If it's not Ukraine, it's Moldova. It's not if it's not Moldova, it's Armenia. If it's not Armenia, it's they tried with Georgia. For now, they failed, but they're not going to give up
no, they're
on
not.
Georgia.
No,
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 no, no,
no.
no. They're not going to give up.
They never give up.
Nope. Nope. So I mean, they'll always find, if it's not this group of Kurds, it'll be the next group of Kurds. If it's not this group of IS, it'll be the other IS guys. We just brand them differently. One is called Al-Nusra IS, the other one is called something else IS, whatever. It's all the same group of people, but they'll always find the one faction that is greedy, right? At the end of the day, it's human psychology in a way. It's ego, it's narcissism, it's power. They approach them and they promise them, so many things, and then they say, "Wow, if I overthrow this government or do that or attack here or whatever, then I'm going to get X, Y, and Z. Why not?"
Yeah. Well, look, the Israelis effectively got Lebanon to go into a civil war over greed,
Yeah, you
split the
always find
factions.
someone. You always find someone. Always. Even with the days of the coup, you always find people to go along with things. It's not hard. As long as you have the resources to do it. If you have the NGOs, if you have the intel agencies, if you have the think tanks, then you have those resources to identify the people, to 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 work with them, to indoctrinate
Hmm.
them, to bring them up along the ranks, to send them to universities where they need to go to universities, to groom them, to educate them. And eventually you're going to call on them, right? Or you're going to approach them.
You mean the European Union's
It's a
leadership?
whole system. And they've got that system.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did for the European
Look, Al
Union.
Jelani's in a suit now. Al Jelani's wearing a suit. He's got his, yeah. I mean, look, yeah, Al Jelani's got his suit. He's got his beard now nicely shaved. He appointed a Syrian actress to be
Oh
on the
yeah, I saw that.
transitional parliament, to be part of the transitional parliament.
Yeah,
Al
she
Al
sure doesn't
Shura,
look
Al Jelani, yeah,
uh
Al Nusra, Al
yeah.
Qaeda, yeah. Yeah, we got a progressive head chopper. You know,
Well, he's busy. He doesn't
yeah,
get to
he's,
to do the
let's get
old-fashioned
this
head chopping
actress.
anymore. Yeah.
He's moved past that. He's enlightened now. He's enlightened.
He could just
So
go
so yeah, he got TV actress on Netflix. Yeah. So I mean, these people are chameleons, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you need them to be, they will be.
Well, he's given up direct head
Yeah.
chopping. Now he can just go, sacrifice little children like the rest of the proper, educated, civilized elites do.
Look, he doesn't have to do anything. I mean, he's like I said, he said he's appointing her to show that Syria is all about diversity and Western values. Yeah,
Uh, you can't make this
you know.
stuff up. You really
Oh,
cannot make this stuff up.
it's true. It's true. I'm not making this. Yeah, I'm not
No, no,
making it
no, no,
up.
no. I know you're
Yeah,
not
this
making this
really
up.
is true. Yeah,
I know you're not. But I'm just saying in general, you can't make this stuff up. I mean,
yeah,
truth is much stranger than fiction at this point.
yeah. I don't see MBS or any of these guys appointing a Netflix actress to be part of their administration, their parliamentary transitional team. I mean, maybe there are people, maybe there are uh, representatives, women representatives in the parliament. I don't know. I'm not sure about the makeup. But look, he had to put together a transitional parliament, and these are the people that he chose. He's all about diversity, Al-Shara. Al-Sharawi.
You can't keep a
He's
straight
all
face
about
when you're
diversity.
saying this.
Yeah. He plays basketball with the U.S. military. When he was in the U.S., he was shooting hoops
It
with the
wasn't just
U.S.
the U.S.
military.
military. It was the command of CENTCOM.
Yeah.
Even the
Yeah,
generals
he's
were
playing
playing basketball.
basketball.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
playing basketball.
Well, you saw
What can you say?
when he was on stage with Petraeus, when Petraeus just about started fellatiing him on stage. Did you see that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was in shock. I mean, even with everything that you expect from these guys, when
Nothing,
Petraeus gets on there, it's like,
nothing should surprise anyone anymore.
no, no, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And
Nothing.
you're right; they're absolute comedians. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was once said that if Blair had to be if Cameron Blair had to be a Catholic schoolgirl to get the vote, he'd become a Catholic schoolgirl.
Sure.
So yeah, these
Sure.
guys
Sure.
are
Whatever they need to do to get into power and to keep the power. Once they get the power is the problem,
yeah.
right? Because they abuse the power all the time. But whatever they need to do to get into power, they'll do it.
Well, I mean, just look what happened in Armenia during those elections.
Look, Pashinyan is he's going full NATO EU, which is fine.
Hmm.
I mean, if that's the direction he wants to take the country in, but my experience with Armenia is that they're not happy with this direction. Not all of Armenia, but there's a significant part of the society that's not happy with it. There's a significant part that does want the country to move west. The problem is that Armenia is heavily oriented towards Russia, and and the EU is not going to provide help to Armenia. They're going to take advantage of Armenia,
Oh yeah.
as they always do.
Uh,
They're not
I,
looking to help. They're looking to extract.
the statement from Ursula that we know what to do with Armenia. We have the Ukrainian model. Was just the cherry on the cake for that. But the opposition grabbed onto that statement very, very quickly.
Yeah. Yep. But she means it. I mean, they should. It's ridiculous, but the people in Armenia should listen to what she's saying.
Yeah.
Because what is she saying when she means the Ukrainian model? When she means the Ukrainian model, she means that we're going to hollow you out. We're going to jam you into the not into the EU as a full member. So you're not going to have any of the benefits, whatever those are. But we're going to make you subservient to the EU. We're going to extract your wealth, and you're going to go up against Russia. You're going to cause problems for Russia. That is what you're going to do. That is the Ukraine model.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what do you
So when
think is
she
going
says that, she means it.
now that Erdogan is going to be hosting the NATO summit? Do you think anything's going to come out of that? Anything significant?
Um, Probably, yeah, there'll be more money to Ukraine, more pledges for money to Ukraine, definitely more money to the military on behalf of Ukraine. Whether those contracts actually get fulfilled or not, I think is irrelevant. The contracts, the money will go to the military companies. If it doesn't go to weapons to Ukraine, the military companies will still keep the money and they'll figure out a way to deal with fulfilling the contract. Um, so I think you're going to get that. You're going to get statements from the Europeans, from Trump, from all of them. We're united. We're a defensive alliance. Russia's enemy number one, China's enemy number one, Iran is enemy number one. You're going to get all of that stuff. But but the problem that NATO has, which I think they're starting to really realize, they're realizing it, and they're very angry about it, is that they were hoping to go into the conference with the big narrative, the big talking point of Russia is losing, Ukraine is turning the tide. This is what they were hoping they were going to enter the conference with. And after the Russian strikes, it's kind of blown all of that into pieces, that entire framing. So they don't have that anymore. And I think they're very angry with Russia for that because they were hoping to go to the conference with the wind behind their back, wind behind the sails, and to say, you see, Ukraine is turning the tide, so let's give Ukraine 150 billion. Let's give them 250 billion. President Trump, you've led this alliance with great skill. Mark Rutte, I'm an amazing CEO. Europe really stepped up. They were hoping for all of that, and Putin kind of screwed them on that one
Damn
by
Putin.
launching the big strikes. Yeah.
Well, they're of course ignoring. They have to be ignoring absolutely Konstantinovka, Krasny Liman, Kupiansk that are all gone. Uh, Sumi and Orekhova that's basically or either encirclement or close to encirclement or close to the beginning of direct conflict. And Kramatorsk, Slavinsk, Druzhinovka. Uh,
Yeah, they're going to ignore. Yeah, absolutely, they're going to ignore all of that stuff. But they can ignore it. But you got to imagine that at least the United States is going to understand what's going on.
you think?
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope there are people around Trump. I hope. I don't know. I'm hoping that there are people around Trump who are going to tell him, yes, Mr. President, Macron wants you to give another 150 billion to Ukraine, but all of these cities have all been captured over the past couple of weeks, and there's only two more cities left before Donbass is fully captured. So, maybe it's not a good idea to triple and quadruple down on Project Ukraine. You got to hope that there are people that are telling Trump this.
Yeah, who's left to tell him that? That's the question. Tulsi Gabbard's out,
Vance,
Kent's out.
Vance,
Yeah, Vance.
Vance,
You can't fire a vice
Kane.
president, but
I, yeah, I would think that Kane. I'm not saying he's a hawk and everything, but at least he's a military guy, and you got to imagine that he understands the reality of what's happening on the ground. I mean, he's not as delusional as, say, the European guys are, the European commanders and the European military. That would be my hope. I'm not saying that that's the case, but you would have to be absolutely ridiculous if you're President Trump to triple and quadruple down on Ukraine at this moment in time. So, I would not be surprised if Trump, buddies around with Macron and all of these guys, all these Europeans, and they put on a very, very united, brave face. But when all is said and done, Trump says, "Man, I got to drop this losing thing like ASAP. I got to distance myself from this even more."
yeah, but yeah, and you got to figure you've got the driving season, you've got the 4th of July tomorrow. But by the way, unless things have
Yeah.
changed radically, two of the artists or two groups of artists, if you can call it that, who are going to be performing for the 4th of July. You're gonna
No.
love these. Vanilla Ice.
Okay.
Oh, it gets better. At least he can sing on his own. What was that duo, the twins, Vinny Melini,
Milli Vanilli?
Valini? Yeah, yeah,
Milli
Millie
Vanilli?
Valini,
I
Vanilli.
thought the one guy, I thought the one guy died.
No, apparently, I don't think they have that were on the list.
I
Uh,
don't know.
so yeah,
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, yeah. Okay.
yeah. So the lip syncers.
Look, honestly, they're they're better than a lot of the stuff that's out right now.
Which doesn't
Yeah.
say much, now does that?
Yeah, Milli Vanilli was lip syncing, but at least, at least they were trying.
They could dance. I mean, I'll give them
Yeah, they could
that.
dance. Yeah,
They could dance.
yeah.
And then
So
there's Vanilla Ice. Ice Ice Baby.
yeah, he's all right. He was cool at the time, you know.
I actually saw him in well, it was in a concert at a bar I was in. Guys, that had been at least 20 years ago. And
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah.
was pretty washed out by that point.
Look, he was fun. He was fun. At least, however cheesy that music was or is now, you got to admit it was fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
It
this
was
is
fun, man.
yeah, yeah, in teenage years, late teenage years.
Look, there was a fun sense to it. There was an innocence to it in a way. So some of the rap lyrics were not innocent at all, but even the hardcore rap was fun in a way. I mean, it
Compared to
was
today's rap, even the hardcore rap was
yeah. I mean,
pretty
now it's
tame.
there was some innovative stuff going on back then, right? And
Uh,
and and people were playing instruments and they were singing and they were dancing and they were writing lyrics. Everything wasn't, completely manufactured. Of course, Milli Vanilli was manufactured in a way, but like I said, at least they put on a good show. You
They
could
did put
say
on
they
a
tried.
decent show. I mean, they could dance. Not that I was into heavy metal, but yeah, I know you're in shock.
And it
But
was a shock back then when they were caught lip syncing, right?
yeah, it was,
It
it
was huge.
was.
Nowadays, it would just be like, "Pff, cares lip syncing? That's like the least of it." Like,
Nowadays, you watch a video and you wonder, is that AI?
yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
surprised it
is it
wasn't
a
all
human?
AI. At least they were real human beings, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Uh, Look, I know you're tired. We got a hard stop anyway. So, Alex, I want to thank you. We're
sure.
on a good note. It's a positive note,
Positive note. Yeah,
as,
yeah.
as opposed
Have
to the
have
rest.
fun, everyone. Tomorrow, have fun, man. Have
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. To the
Absolutely.
Americans, well,
Yeah.
congratulations on your holiday. Have
Congratulations.
fun.
Have a good time. Have fun. Enjoy the day.
Put on some Eagles or something else though for that.
Absolutely. There's
Something
there's there's all
quality.
kinds of there's all kinds of great musical options. That's for sure.
There are. I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, there are.
Yeah.
But it's just funny. These two was on the list. There were a bunch of others that had been cut off for one reason or other, just refused to play for Trump. But yeah, and then they're still worried about, Trump $250 bill.
That would be interesting. I
And
don't know how that
apparently,
would
by the way,
work.
there's a new passport coming out with Trump, U.S.
Yeah.
passports
All
with
right.
Trump on it. It's just
That's okay. Well, it is what it is. I'm fine with all of that stuff. Just don't go starting wars. Get out of Iran and don't go starting wars. All the other stuff, whatever.
the cult of personality, no problem.
Yeah. Don't go starting these wars, man. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. But one can has to go along with the others because how can you have the modern America without starting a war? It's
Well, he did
it's
it. He kind of did it his first term. There were
yep.
skirmishes and there was escalation, weapons being funneled to Ukraine and other areas, but he avoided the big smash.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on that note,
All
just
right.
remember Vanilla Ice, Ice
Nice.
Baby.
Yeah.
That's the 250th anniversary of America. Ice Baby. We'll be singing toward the immigration services.
Peace out. Peace out.
We'll see.
That's what he says at the
Everybody,
end of his song. Yeah. I think that's what he says at the end of his song.
is it? I don't
I think
remember anymore.
so.
I,
I forgot what he said. Yeah. Anyway. Look,
thank you, everybody.
Queen under pressure.
Oh
So
yeah,
at
yeah.
least he got a good sample there.
Yep. Absolutely.
Even though he denies it. I think that it was under pressure. But anyway, there's all kinds of lawsuits about that. Yeah.
We won't comment. We don't want to become part of lawsuits.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
YouTube, we're just joking. We're not part of lawsuits. Yeah. Alex, thanks.
Hey,
Thank you for joining.
thanks, man.
I know you're
Take
tired.
care.
It's a grueling schedule. Everybody, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for joining.
Take care. Take care. Bye bye.
Cheers.